国的这个工业现代化就是从这个城市开始的，所以在这停一下。这个是1793年盖的，最早的工业现代化的一个地方。这个人的名字叫 Samuel Slater。当年他们都是住在这里，工厂也开在这里。再到这个水边上看一下。哇，水还是蛮清的。这个趟也有很多的黑水。这个就是在讲当年他们刚开庙的时候，竞争非常的大，他们之间也是互相这个弄来弄去，谁能够掌握这个水资源，当年谁就是最厉害的。这个就是叫黑石庙，下面的石头是黑色的，这就是他们当年住的地方，现在都保留下来了。Mr. Slater， 他们建的是当年最大的这种磨坊，现代化的磨坊。1811年的这个是，这位先生就是，哦，这是 another person，David Wilkinson。这个他这个 partner Wilkinson 是很厉害的，小的时候他就是一个铁匠，结果21岁他就做了第一个那个蒸汽的船，23岁他已经创造发明了他这个工业的一个 standard 叫什么标准了。所以这个人在1798年已经有了他自己的这个专利了，这真的是很厉害。这个人当时那个John Mill不是这个 John Slater， 就是和他的妹妹结婚了，所以他两个人变得更强壮了。
I say America, in England, they had already done all this cotton. But this was the first successful cotton spinning mill in America. Samuel Slater was from England. He came here in 1789 and found out that Moses Brown, who was trying to fund a textile mill, was failing miserably. He couldn't get the machinery to work. Samuel Slater, on the other hand, was coming from a 7-year apprentice in England. So he's like, I can get your machines to work. And he did. He came up here, he got the machines to work. That was actually down, were you all the way down to the waterfalls?
Yes, yes.
Those waterfalls, the Pawtucket waterfalls, was the original source for his tests on water-powered machines. Because you know, textile mills were not the first mills run by water. There was a sawmill down there, there was an iron forge down there, there was a grist mill down there. But those had the idea of one person might be running it, they'd come in, they'd say, here's some grain, turn it into flour for me, and then they'd leave.
Okay.
This, on the other hand, was, see the corner there?
Yeah.
Count 5 windows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish. That's the size of the original mill.
Wow.
Okay, so that mill would be right there, and they built that in 1793, after they proved that it could be done in 1790. So he came up here, got it all working, and then they built this mill. Now, all of a sudden, you have a completely new lifestyle. That bell, you know, which wasn't there yet, but there was a bell that they would ring, and now your day starts.
Oh.
And the bell would ring, and you would have lunch. Then the bell would ring, you'd start working again, and then the bell would ring, and then your day was done. You didn't make something because somebody came in and said, I need this right now. You just made thread all the time.
Okay.
And then eventually that thread would be used for making cloth. But it wasn't on a first come, first serve. It was a people coming and working in the factory for the first time ever in America.
Mass production.
Mass production for the sake of mass production. So it's a big change in lifestyle. Here we were working on a farm. Now we're working in this building, with neighbors in a mill village and all this kind of weird, whole new lifestyle. Lowell didn't do that. Lowell left the families out in the agrarian world and just imported, if you want to call it that, the young women around age 12 to 20. And they lived dormitory style in Lowell, and they did all the work in the mill, and then sent the money back to their parents. And so most of the family units stayed the same in the Lowell area, but down here in Rhode Island, you will see, if you went from here, this was already a city. But in 1807, Slatersville, named after Samuel Slater and his brother John, is built around 15 miles north of here. And that is the first mill village in America. And that had, it still has, you can see the company store. You can find the school and the buildings, they're still there. And that is the first. But then you go around the Blackstone River and go up this, and you just see mill village after mill village after mill village. And they go range from, in 1807, this old wooden mill village world, up to 1860s, where you have these huge brick buildings and huge mills, and now all condominiums and breweries and all this other kind of stuff. And that's the big difference between the Lowell and here, and the kind of thing. It's just a different way of living. They were on strike for around 10 days, and they won. If you consider winning, coming back to what their old rates were. But they did definitely win.
Very cool. Very cool. Great.
What happened to the white mill?
The white mill burnt down.
They had all of this working in England back then. England, real industrial revolution that was happening back there.
That's right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. When I say Samuel Slater was an innovator, in that he took that, he wanted to do this in England. It wasn't like he wanted to come to America. His problem was he worked as an apprentice for Jedediah Strutt. His last name was Strutt. Slater's last name was Slater.
我们现在再从这个角度拍一下，眼前这个红房子呢是手工的，跟旁边这个黄的最早的是这个黄房子，然后才到右手边这个灰色的砖房子。灰色的砖房子呢就是 Wilkinson， 他呢是一个真正的发明家。这个黄色的房子呢，实际上是一个偷窃者是吧？应该讲 trader。